My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we're going to have a look at how the counterparts are feeling about each other, right? But before we get into that, I just want to thank my good friend Catherine for sending me this Lenormand. It's called the sweetness of Lenormand, and it is such a cute and beautiful deck. I've already consecrated the cards, so I'm going to be using this today to get the advice for the public reading. So I'm going to do that there. There's a snake right on top, so I don't know. You know, snakes are the energy of transformation too, besides deception. So, and I do feel, and that's one of the messages that I have to deliver today. So I think I can launch into that. I do think that's the energy of the moment. It's allowing yourself and also allowing for others to transform. I'm going to put this here. Allowing others to transform. And then as I see this card that she sent, which is a unicorn card. Exactly. A unicorn card. I'm reminded of what happened this morning. Now, for a long time, I felt that one of my guides needed to leave and that a new guide was coming in. But I am very resistant to change, okay? I am Taurus Sun, Capricorn Moon, okay? Very resistant to change, you know. Stability is my focus, right? So I was resisting it, and I was very attached to my guide. He's a unicorn called JJ. And I didn't want him to leave me, so I kept holding on. And I mean, I've been feeling this energy since last year. I kept holding on, holding on. And the night before, I had a dream where different distorted versions of myself were trying to get me to remain the same. And they were using different arguments. If you change, you know, maybe your abundance is going to be affected. And I was like, no, it's not going to be affected. I know I can manifest abundance anytime, anywhere. You know, maybe if you change, then this will happen. And it was just different scenarios. Each distorted version of myself looking different. But basically telling me different scenarios. Just my plays, my fears, you know, just playing out. And every time they came, I was just like, no. Everything is going to be fine. And then it made me, when I got up, it made me reflect on change. Here I am, you know, fighting change in my waking life. But in the dream state, I know that change must come. So this morning when I did my meditation and I connected to my guides, I did see the new guide there. And I did see JJ in front of me. And I told him that I released him. And that he could be free to do whatever he wanted, right? Because change is constant. And at that moment, he just grew wings. So all this time I was holding on to him, I was keeping him back from his evolution too. So sometimes we're not just keeping back ourselves, we're also keeping back the people who are connected to us when we don't change. And then it made me think of this whole twin flame journey. It made me think of your family members. It made me think of jobs, right? All those different things that we hold on to because we're afraid of what else is on the other side. We're afraid of what else is on the other side. But on the other side, it's freedom and it's evolution. It's really connecting to the deepest parts of yourself, you know, for you and for everybody else involved. So never be afraid to just let the old go, even if it's just a tablecloth, right? So as you can see, I did choose the orange, even though I've always identified myself to be a blue and green person. My favorite, that's what I always used to say. My favorite colors are blue and green. But at the same time, last week, every time I sat in front of that blue and green tablecloth to channel, I felt absolutely blocked. And then I realized, again, I was holding myself back from evolving. Maybe green and blue was who I was. But this is not who I am now. Maybe I'm an orange person now. Maybe I'm orange now. Okay? And as soon as I put this on, it's just everything just kind of flowed. Everything just kind of unlocked for me. So we must never be afraid of allowing change to come. It is only good will come of it. Only good, clarity, peace will come of it. And I feel that is the message for the now, the collective right now. Allow change to come and allow yourself to be free and to free others. Okay? All right, so let's have a look at how each counterpart is doing. I know that was a little long, but I know that is the message of the moment. Ooh, also wanted to let you guys know, don't forget, the Ancestral Healing Intensive is this weekend. So our aim and our intention is to replace in the 8th chakra a toxic ancestral pattern, and also to heal a chronic disease that runs through your family line. You can get the particulars down below. Okay. And those who are interested in learning how to clear others and themselves or the twin, our next cohort starts on the week of the 8/8 portal. I'll put that link down below as well. So down underneath is intimacy. I feel this too as well, and I put on my blue nail polish, right? And every time I do that, it is because there's a big talk that's going to be had between the counterparts, and it's usually one that's in the 3D. Okay, and it's a talk that's going to offer a lot of clarity. Sometimes there are a lot of breakdowns, sometimes, but there will always be breakthroughs, and I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a very open and intimate talk between the counterparts. Maybe we'll get some of it today, okay? But I think this is a 3D talk. You see how they're lying on the ground, so it's grounded. This is nothing the ethers, okay? And this is going to be orchestrated by your spirit guides here, and also by your ancestors. We're going to tap into the ancestors in the extended. So let's see how each person's feeling about their counterpart. What is Dia feeling about her counterpart today? And in this moment, we have a fear of commitment. Okay, now, DF is thinking that DM has a fear of commitment, but this is also her own fears about herself, and I'm saying her, but it's feminine energy. So this is also DF's fears about their own self, you know, and their ability to sustain a relationship. Also, it's also her thinking, also DF, thinking about their freedom, okay? And if it's going to be impacted, or has it been impacted by this whole twin flame journey? So it really ties in to what I just said before. So DF also has a fear of intimacy, and we had intimacy on the bottom, has a fear of intimacy, but there's a projection that DF is doing onto the counterpart. DF is making it his issue, but DF must also realize that there's this fear inside of her as well. Whether it's her freedom being curtailed, whether it's allowing a person to know all parts of themselves, okay, there's this fear that is also residing in DF. So DF is viewing DM as having a fear of intimacy, but Spirit is asking DF to also recognize that energy within DF. Let's see DM and energy towards DF. Floating on air. Okay, again, two things, one positive and one not so positive. I think your DM is thinking about a lot about you right now. It's a lot of fantasizing, a lot of fantasy, and I think also they use that to escape the realities of their life. Okay, and once you're escaping, you're not facing. Okay, and once you're not facing, you're not taking action. So it's a double-edged sword. Yes, their focus is on you, DF, but they're using you to escape everyday life. And as long as they're doing that, they're not doing anything to ground the connection. This connection is all up in the air. It's all up in the air. Let's look at each counterpart's headspace for the other. When DF thinks about DM and this connection, where are her thoughts? I'm going to try to say they, but sometimes it will come out. I'm sorry. I really will try. We have transformation. Okay, so, you know, again, I think it's the energy of the moment. It's allowing for transformation. There's an energy of frustration that I'm feeling with this card. Like, you know, when will DM ever wake up? Is he woken up? Why isn't he coming? That kind of thing. That's that element, because I do see the mouse here. And mouse also always talks about scarcity. And the way this mouse is peeking at this sleeping person, they're like, wake up already. You know what I'm saying? Wake up already. All right. So how is DF? When DF thinks about DM and this connection, where are her thoughts at? We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. And we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, DF is thinking, is, you know what, I just feel stuck. I just feel stuck in this whole thing. I feel stuck. I think there's a lot of doubt that DF is feeling about her counterpart, the journey, the connection. And she's just thinking about something new, manifesting something new. Two of Pentacles in reverse for me goes to the Ace of Pentacles. Just thinking of something new. She's tired of the ambiguity and, you know, the hot and cold energy, the push and pull energy, the come here but stay there. I'm kind of signaling. You know, she's done with that because it's making her feel stuck. It's making her feel stagnant. And she's ready for change. I'm also getting like also an ego death vibes with Divine Feminine here with that Six of Wands in reverse. That's also about the death of the ego. So it's about, and when, you know, we have that ego death and those walls come down and the scales fall from our eyes, we finally see life clearly. And I think she's seeing life clearly. She's seeing like just holding on, fixated on this journey, on this person. Is keeping her stuck. And she just needs to let go. In fact, that hyper focus is, you know, blocking the manifestation of it. So they're ready for something new. I do think for a lot of you guys, you might be focusing on your abundance right now, on your creativity. But for some of you, you might be thinking about something new. And it is about choosing yourself right now. It's about choosing yourself. If this person is your counterpart, it's going to happen anyway. You can choose yourself. Let's see what DM is thinking. Underneath the deck, Nine of Wands in reverse. Also another card of the ego death. When DM thinks about this connection, thinks about DF, where's his mind at? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That feeling like thinking about the past. I don't know why I get that today. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I do get a lot of thinking about the past and a lot of regret in this energy. And again, just like DF, finally seeing things clearly. Look, we have this Ace of Swords here. Seeing things clearly. Seeing that they did not give equally to this connection. And they may have chosen someone who was incapable of love over DF. But also recognizing that they didn't show love either. They didn't show love either. And that their heart was closed to this connection. That's what they're thinking about. So they're going on a trip down memory lane, right? Seeing all, you know, their misadventures. where this connection is concerned. There's also an energy like they feel like, they're just not ready for a connection like this. They don't feel good enough. They don't even know if you still love them. This is the question. They don't know. They're not feeling your energy like before. They don't know if you still love them. And that's why they're doing a lot of fantasizing here. They don't know. Let's see DF's heart space energy for DM. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So DF still wants to collaborate with DM, but they're still feeling insecure, and there's again a lot of doubts are creeping in because they're still feeling the presence for some of you guys of a third energy. Whether that third energy is work for your DM's work or your work, or maybe it's family members, maybe it's friends, maybe it is an intimate partner, they are still feeling that energy encroaching upon the connection. And that's why they are so hesitant in letting down their walls and really having these open and intimate conversations, because they don't feel safe. DF doesn't feel safe. In fact, she feels very vulnerable. And that's why she has her guard up here with that Tower in reverse. Because when the Tower is upright, that's you letting down your walls, That's why she has that wall up. This connection does not feel safe. Because DF does not know where she stands. And she's feeling the energy of a third party, whoever that third party is. And DM, heart space energy for DF. Both counterparts are very much in the mind. We have the Page of Swords, the Spy. We have the Hermit. And we have the Tower. We have the Tower. So they are thinking about letting down their walls and coming in for a very intimate conversation. I do think that they are going through some sort of breakdown in their life. There's this big tower moment. So whether it's at their job, whether it's within their family, whether it's within self, right? They're going through a tower moment and really seeing themselves clearly. Again, the energy of looking back at the past, okay? Looking back at all the things that they did. There's an energy of regret. There's an energy of remorse. But there's also an energy of possessiveness with this Knight of Swords. So even though they may not be making contact with you, or even though they may not be opening up their heart to you, they feel very possessive about you. And they are guarding their territory from afar. That's what I'm seeing here. But they're on their own journey here. So just as I feel like DF is choosing herself, DM is also choosing himself. They're both focusing on the relationship that they have with themselves. Because that's the relationship that's going to last for a lifetime. People will come and go out of your life, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. But you yourself, you will always be there with yourself. So it looks like this is what both counterparts are working on. The relationship with themselves. Their vulnerabilities, their insecurities, their path. What they want to manifest in this life. What they want to bring in this world. Their legacy. These are the kind of issues that are coming up for them. Let's look at what's happening on the home front for each counterpart. One second, guys. So what's happening on the home front for each counterpart? We have Papa was a rolling stone. So there's some sort of abandonment issue, but also this is a recognition that there's some sort of toxic pattern that is repeating itself. And DF had a fear of commitment, okay? And DM was also in escapist vibes. So it looks like this is one of the themes that the counterparts share, okay? It's a fear of commitment. And this is because of some sort of ancestral programming. Let's see what's happening on the home front. For DF, we have sex addiction. So there's something coming up with DF sexuality. We have this secret lies in the grave. And that makes me think of what my best friend and I, we call it grave secrets. You know, the secrets that you would never tell anyone. Maybe not even your best friend. So there's something here that is coming up for DF's attention that she's thinking about. And then we have stop blaming yourself. Okay. So whatever... I don't think DM is the only person that's looking back at the past. I think DF is also looking back at the past. And maybe DF may not have always made the best choices. And I think some of these choices might be coming back. So don't be surprised if some exes return, right? Some exes return or exes call or exes come to mind. Don't be surprised if that happens. Or even in the dream state, dreaming about them. It's all issues that are coming to wrap up. And Spirit is saying, stop blaming yourself for that. You were just doing the best that you could with the tools that you had. And sometimes sex addiction or promiscuity might manifest itself in different ways. Sometimes we definitely may act out in terms of going on hold on, showdown, that kind of thing. But sometimes we refrain or abstain completely from sex because we are afraid of that aspect of us. So this is a call to get that sacral chakra back into balance. And to forgive yourself from the things that you did in the past. And to lessen that you know that you're exploring the world. For some of you, you're acting out of trauma, acting out your issues. You were just doing the best that you could. So this is a time of forgiveness for yourself and also for anybody else that may have been involved. And you know what? Let me unblock that for you one time. Let me unblock that for you one time. Okay. So is this something that we can do for DF? Yes, they're saying yes. Okay, so please unblock. Unblock unforgiveness. Unblock shame and guilt. If there's a sacral chakra of someone that's watching this and needs rebalancing, please rebalance. And if you wish to claim this, say yes. You can say yes now if you wish to claim this. If you wish to claim this clearing, say yes now. Okay. Has that been done? They're saying there's something else. What is it? They're saying sex addiction. Okay, could you clear, please? Clear and let me know when that's done. If there's someone watching that needs to claim this clearing, please say yes now. Okay, that's done. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to turn our attention to? No. Okay. All right. Let's see what's happening on the home front for DM. Oh gosh, my goodness. We have family sins, okay? So all the skeletons in the closet in the family line, it looks like they're coming out. So I see similar themes. So it's the past returning. It's the past returning. So I feel like this is a Saturn retrograde vibe. We have trust issues. And we have stop beating your children. All right, so this is toxic ancestral patterns that are coming up for clearing. So again, I'm going to put my link for the ancestral intensive down below because these are the issues that we're dealing with. Papa was a rolling stone. We have family sins coming through. So these are the issues that we need to deal with right now. And we have stop beating your children. So we're talking about abuse, okay? Definitely physical abuse coming out here, but any sort of abuse, childhood abuse, okay? So DM is reflecting on the root cause of his trust issues. And it looks like it's rooted in physical violence or some sort of child abuse. Okay? So there are things that are coming out from the family closet right now. There are things that are coming out from the family closet so that this energy can be released. If there's anyone watching that has any trust issue that they would like to release now, please say yes to this clearing. I'm clearing trust issues. And let me know when that's done. Okay, that's done. If there's anyone with a blocked heart chakra that's watching, please clear for them. No, it's not so big. Okay, and that's done. Is there anything else that needs to be unblocked? No. Okay. So everybody's taking a trip down memory lane, and we're really looking at the root core of our wounding, which lies in our family line, in our past. Let's ask, what are the family sins that we're talking about for DM? But I really get, we have child abuse and we have physical violence. Now we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this card always tells me about paranoia and maybe a family member, particularly, and I don't know why, again, influential masculine energy, that may have had an untreated mental health issue that resulted in violence in the family. That's what I get. That's what I get. Yes, and justice is finally being restored. So it looks like, and we see the blue on my fingers, right? It looks like truths are being spoken. Truths are being spoken about the things that happened in the past and people buried. Yes. There's also a mother here who may have had some serious anger issues or may have had an unbalanced sacral chakra. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And we know that this person, they exploit their physical power, they exploit their spiritual power, and they exploit their sexual power. So there is also a mother energy that is coming out. So, and then we have Four of Swords. So it's healing family issues here. I feel your person also spending a lot of time in meditation, because we have a yoga here, spending a lot of time alone. And they're doing that because Spirit is asking them to see the higher perspectives about why these things happened to them, and just letting them know it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. It was just the adults around them that had their own issues that they didn't deal with. Okay. So based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect will be DF's next actions towards DM? What can we expect? We have Queen of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful. We have Four of Wands reversed. And we have the Lovers. Okay, so even though there's still going to be a lot of instability in the connection, this is DF finally letting down the walls in heart and choosing this path, this journey with the twin, the soulmate. This is really choosing love. But I'm getting not just choosing the twin or the soulmate, but choosing herself. Choosing herself. Choosing to love herself completely. And choosing herself is choosing her counterpart. And on the divine masculine energy side, next actions towards DF within a month's time. We have Four of Cups. Hey, look, JJ. The Pegasus. Aww. We have the Ten of Wands. And then we have the Six of Cups. So I see this as a progression. I think your person's going to go through a period of withdrawal. And for some of them, it might be depression. Okay? And they have to go through this in order to realize that they have to lay down the burdens that they've been carrying. The baggage they've been carrying. The baggage from the past. And the responsibilities that aren't theirs. They have to lay that by the riverside. And this is what's going to allow for this reunion energy. So at the end of a month, both counterparts are going to have reunion on the brain. Okay? And in the heart. What is the advice from Spirit? So in the extended, I'm going to get a message from the ancestors. But what is the advice from Spirit right now? And underneath the deck we have card number 22. And this is a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it's only upward movement from here on out with that staircase. This is ascension energy. So the advice for DF is we have the 8. This is the end of a cycle here. It is the end of the challenges. It's the end of obstacles. Spirit saying to move forward. And then we have here 8 of Swords. Release yourself. Release yourself from wherever you've been trapped. Okay. And we have card number 20, which is the awakening, the judgment. Spirit saying this is the only way to free yourself. To allow this awakening to happen. To allow this transformation to happen within you. And the advice for DM is we have, this is the Knight of Pentacles. And it's a card number 10. And it's a scythe. And Spirit is letting them know that it's time to get rid of anything that doesn't serve you. Cut it away. And swiftly too. It's time to end those old cycles where you felt trapped. It's time to get stable. It's time to cut away the old. And then we also have here the Knight of Wands. And it is the whip. And the whip is kind of like the spiritual boost. Move forward. Move forward. As a card number 11. Again, so this is balance being restored. Okay? They're asking them to follow their heart. Follow their passion. This is the only way for them to restore balance to their life and also to the connection. Okay? So if this feels like your energy, join me next extended and we're going to get a message from the ancestors And we're going to see what they're going to bring to our attention. Okay? All right, my love. So that was your reading. I hope it was helpful. Take care. Bye.